Welcome, YouTube friends and family. So today, what are we going to do? Well, get your purse. If you wear a coat, get your coat. My car wears my coat. And let's head out to the antique mall. I have been home due to the inclement weather so much. I'm really tired of it and I'm getting restless. So I thought I don't really need to buy anything. Probably will. But it'd be fun just to get out and have a little fun. So I let the girls play out for a couple of hours and put them in the run because they wouldn't stop knocking on the back door. They're so cute, but they're so rotten. So let's get going to the Springfield, Ohio, heart of Ohio, Antique Mall, which is the largest antique mall in the state of Ohio. Stay tuned. Thought I would share with you some of the 1950s-ish condiment containers while they were fancy. So the one that says chili sauce and the one back here that says honey, those are both Holt Howard, but they're missing their spoon tops. I have a few of them you've probably seen in my video. That is a Holt Howard, I believe. It says Goldman Spring Saccharin 265, and then the spice shakers have been here so long that the tag is faded, and they are 165. Too rich for my blood, but certainly fun look back into the past. So I want to show you all this mid-century modern Martin electric fireplace, which is $949. I think these are so neat looking. The only thing I don't like about this one, first of all, it's black. And secondly, I don't like the coat of arms. But these are very uber cool if you like that mid-century look. So I'm seeing a lot of miscellaneous holiday items still. So here's a Costco cart. Not a bad price. It's got some wear, but so does mine. It might be just a touch smaller than mine. I hear something rattling. I hope that isn't something I did. This is a neat piece. Art glass dish 22. I mean, I can admire, I don't have to buy. Well, I'm about the only person in here, so I just want to show you, this is some vintage clothing in this booth. And I'm like, well, first of all, the 80s called and they want their sweatshirt back. But a lot of the things they call vintage, I still wear. Am I that old? Am I that person now? I might be. This is another really neat find. These are poker playing highball glasses, set of 8 for $64. They're in great condition. And I remember my parents never played poker, but they played a lot of card games, and they had a lot of specialty dishes and things that they displayed as part of the card playing night when they hosted. So good memory there. Now y'all know it wouldn't be a trip without looking in the Christmas booth. This is always here year round. I have purchased many really neat mid-century items out of this booth. It's cluttered in a way, but it's really cool. Look at this Advent calendar. Santa. $38, obviously handmade. That is really cool. I really like that. I often get questions on how do you tell if something's genuinely old. Sometimes it can be, crazing in the finish. Sometimes it's something like this, with the almost Asian slant to the eye. And that is a Joseph original bell. And anything Taiwan is also probably pretty early. I'm gonna say, most likely 60s. This much more modern face, might even be a hobbyist piece, but certainly not at the same age with the two dotted eyes versus some sort of expressive eye. Some of the booths in these antique malls have totally new and modern things, but this is just a breath of spring. It's actually misting today. Cute little bunnies. And does not feel like winter is leaving us quite yet, but it is at least in the 40s. So lots of new and modern things in this particular booth, kind of in a countryish or farmhouse style. This particular booth kind of has that mid-century flair. That is a newer shade. With these turquoise and green lamps, wouldn't they look fabulous in my great room? I don't need them. $4.50 for the pair. And then this blonde finished dresser. My parents had one very similar. It is $4.25. I don't know why they're calling it Starburst, because I don't see anything Starburst on it. Maybe that was the line of furniture. So some funky cool 70s chairs in here as well. And if you need it, a poodle plaque for only $30. But you know what? If you raise poodles, that might be kind of cool. That looks very 70s with the color of the wood. Do you spy what I have? The Cow Jumped Over the Moon Rossville cookie jar 65. I have this, and it is in mint condition, that I purchased at my mom's auction because they had several other. That is the first I've actually seen out in the wild since I bought mine. My son says he's creeped out by it, but I like it. Another thing you can find in a lot of antique stores are older magazines, and you might be like, well, what would I want with this? But sometimes you can find some really neat older style, if you're into like 70s, 80s, like quilt projects, some older decor for like kitchens and baths, some collectible things, you know, for like collecting dolls. So if you have interest in those sort of things, decorative wood crafts, creative crafts and miniatures. Here's a Wilton pattern book for the 1996 yearbook. Wilton's very famous for their cake decorating. So lots of goodies in this. The Impatient Beater, that would probably be for me. Easy jewelry projects for the busy beginner. Yes, and it could be mine for only $3. Cute little vintage half apron with the windmills. And one of the things I always admire about half aprons is many times they were reversible, because if you got a stain, all was not lost. Things were used until they couldn't be used anymore. Now, I wanted to show you this because I want to bring up a point. One of the things that frustrates me so much is that you'll find something, which I don't want to buy this, but you'll find something you really like and it doesn't have a price on it. So, you know, here's one that's $9.95, hand crocheted apron. So if you have an antique booth, make sure everything is labeled, y'all. This one's pretty tight in here. All right, y'all, this is something I have never seen before, and it is so cute. Of course, they are TV trays, but they are 1950s. They don't know how to spell tragedy, but that's okay. It has like Strike It Rich, What's My Line, I Love Lucy, Comedy Hour, shows from, you know, that era. Mr. Peepers, Studio One, and there are 4 in the set, half black and half pink, or peachy pink. Very, very cool. Now, what did I say the price was? I don't think I even looked. Oh, only $118. And so you would need to, you know, refurbish the stand, but you could probably use the trays as is or have it for, you know, a display in your home. Now, you all know I have a thing for these Capiz shell lamps. This one is purple-ish pink, but more purple than pink. But I had to show you this because this is what mine would look like after Frankie got hold of it. Now it looks like there's a lot that haven't been unfurled, so to speak, but this one is showing a lot of wear and tear, and it is still $425, but it does come with the wood shipping crate. One of my favorite booths. They always have a lot of Pyrex. They have the little fridge boxes, 29 to 32 up to 36. It says with clip, with lid. I can't read. So this is what I wanted to point out. So this is a set of 3. I actually have a set of 4. Mine are pretty mint, and they alternate pink and white. And I use them, and look, they're $324.95. They have some of the fade glasses. I've always admired those as well. And just all sorts of older things. This booth isn't as full as it sometimes is, but they will generally organize it by color, which makes it kind of fun to shop. You can kind of go to the area that you're looking for. Some blue here, a giant fishy tray. Oh, y'all remember those aluminum mugs? They always made the water have a funky wang to it. I never liked those. I thought I would share with you this interesting piece of art. It's got patisserie. It's not strictly proportionate. It's a little bit different, but the color caught my eye. And this is, if you can see, sorry about the glare, 89. I can already tell you my son would say, that is the ugliest picture I've ever seen, Mom. I'm wondering if you all remember the Ideals books, real popular in the 80s. This one caught my eye. It's from January 1980, and they're full of recipes and some decor, but this actually has some vintage Valentines as well, and this cracks me up. It says, "Sourpuss, you're such a gall-darn sourpuss that I really am afraid if you stuck your face in water, it would turn to lemonade." Okay. I guess gall-darn is their word of the day, but some really cute things in here. You know, if you wanted to use it as a coffee table, lots of poems, like a coffee table book for Valentine's. I don't decorate that heavily, but there's stories, lots of poems. You know, here's a Valentine box, just really neat. Now y'all know I have to stop in this booth every single time that we come. There's kind of a nifty shadow box, but they have the coolest vintage things. Prices are not super cheap, but you know, where else you're gonna find a bread box that's turquoise from the 1950s? So that's $75. My parents had the Samsonite luggage. Oh, y'all, look at this mixer. Oh, $195, and the bowls are even turquoise. Few dings, few well loved. That is a cool mix master. Out of my price range, but really cool. You could get the matching fan for $90. I did find a really cool vintage fan that works well for a lot less than that here a few months ago. A turquoise lounge cover, you know, like for outside sitting. Ugh, the dreaded Tupperware glasses. I hated those things too. Old time clock, I've punched a few of those. The same candles my parents had in front of the house. This is kind of a cool floor lamp in the vintage style. And it's $245. I started to get excited if it was only $45. So, ooh, and that's got a big break in it. Or it would probably be more. Around front here, lots of glasses, an old, probably 70s avocado green blender, some more Tupperware, various color box fans. We had a turquoise one when I was a kid growing up. and a really cool orange ornament. Well, y'all, I'm shocked. Remember the white leather couch and chair? They must have finally sold it. This is a do not sit item, and it is a Row off-white sofa for $3.95. It's in very good shape. I mean, the cushions are a little smushied, but it's not stained, and it has the thin legs. Looks great with this picture hanging above it. And again, this is D&D mid-century. Oh, they've kind of changed everything. They have some new lamps, and they have my dishes back here. Let's see what they want. Salem North Star. Oh, it's everything. I don't need everything. 16 piece for $175. I did not pay that. Y'all, you can find it on eBay way cheaper, even with shipping. Still have the corner desk. Kind of a cool desk lamp here. $45. And some April Showers talc, which I wouldn't recommend using. That was at 1.65 cents, but it's probably, yeah, could be yours for $14, but would be neat if you're decorating your restroom in mid-century modern. Y'all, I just thought this was so pretty and such a ton of work. This is needlepoint, probably wool, little barn in the background, some spring flowers. I would assume it could be a schoolhouse, it could be a church. I'm gonna say church with this piece right here. Place to hitch your horses. It's $55. Love the colors. Really love the picture. That might have to go home with me. What do y'all think? I wish I could hear you. But $55 is a little pricey. But if you pay with like a check or a debit card, you don't use credit, you get 10% off anything over $25. So I have to show you this tiki bar. As a non-drinker, I'm attracted to. But this is kind of rare. It's a vintage, pristine Haywood Wakefield tiki bar with 3 marked stools. And it says, there are 2 fragile decoration amulets that adorn the front of the bar. They are behind the bar on the shelf. So, not sure there. We can look. This looks like the stool. Certainly pricey, but fun to see something that has been preserved. And they have all the tiki glasses and things to go with. Okay, I was wrong on the stools. Here are the stools, obviously recovered, but still, it's in great condition. They've got boxes stacked in here, so blonde, I don't know what you'd call that, facing on the top. So yeah, pretty cool. And you could play your Hawaiian enchantment records while you drank out of your tiki mugs at your Haywood Wakefield tiki bar. I finally found something that I own that's actually valuable. So this was my lunchbox when I was a child, and I do have the thermos, and it's $1.69. Excuse my voice. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the little outing. I only bought one thing, and I did buy the Santa Advent calendar. It has the little treats or treasures that you put in each pocket. And so I thought, well, this is super cute and it'll look good, you know, hanging up on the door come next Christmas. So that was it for me today. So I plan to see you all next week. If you would do me a big favor, go ahead and smash that like button. Drop me a comment below. What was the favorite thing you saw in the antique mall? Lots of pretty things to look at, wasn't there? All right then, until I see you again, be healthy, be well, be blessed, and take care.